Welcome back, and we're at part 42 of our B44.2 build, and we're going to go ahead and tackle the rear wing. And rear wing is admittedly it's kind of complicated. You're going to need an X-Acto knife, some Lexan cutting scissors, reamer, and some sandpaper. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to just go ahead and cut out parts of this rear wing. And you just need to identify just like where the trim lines are. And admittedly, it's a little difficult to figure out where some of the trim lines are if you've never cut out a rear wing before. As usual, like with practice, you would find that cutting out which trim lines is going to be much easier. However, cutting on a 3D object in a 3D plane is much more difficult than cutting out things on a 2D plane, like on paper. One problem is just that you can't get your scissors in close enough to cut some of the lines. So generally what you do is your first few cuts are going to be just kind of like this broader strokes so that you could actually get the tool into place and do some of the more precision cutting. So generally when I cut Lexan bodies and rear wings, I generally just go and I make these broader, more, I would say, imperfect type cuts, and your scissors would be your primary tool. And I just want to point out to you that there are two types of Lexan scissors. There are curved scissors and there are straight scissors. When you're making like these more broader cuts, you could get a pair of like decent straight scissors. However, when I do some more of these detailed work, I like to use the curved scissors. I like to get more of a curving arch and a curving cut in there. And then if I can't get the cut exactly perfect, I would just bring out some sandpaper and start sanding everything down until it is more perfect. So just so that you're aware, like when you first start doing this, you're not going to make like some really great cuts. Some of your cuts won't be as professional, or you would see like uneven lines. And don't sweat it. It's really just one of those things that after you do a few of them, you get perfect. I would say that also that if it's getting late and this is like the last step for the next part of the build, maybe just take some time, get some sleep, and you'd find that you'd be able to get a better cut the next day. So you also need to be in the correct headspace, I would say, before you start doing this step. And here we have it. It's more refined. We've got most of it cut out, and I'm going to go ahead and tackle the other half of it. So once again, it's just kind of hard to get the initial cuts in there. And also, you could cut the wing a little higher, or you could cut the wing a little lower if you like. If I was using a higher turn engine, I might leave more trim on the wing. I might it's just an idea to help stabilize the car. Also, if you're into like a little buggy or chassis design, you may also want to get like another wing part to experiment with like different types of wing styles and cuts to it. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm trimming along just the indicated trim areas here, and just cutting along and just taking my time about it. And admittedly, it's this is kind of a difficult piece to cut. There we go. There we are. And I'm just kind of stickler for making this perfect, so I'm going to speed up this video so that you don't have to like be tormented with me cutting in real time, because it's much slower. Alright, let's go ahead and check this out. We'll move this closer here. You should also use the reamer to ream and cut out some holes in here. These are about like 5mm holes that I made on there. There were some like drill markings already in the molding, and in my kit it was pretty much perfect. It was pretty much lined up. Then we just put in some of these body clips in here, and we'll be all set. And it is looking pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy with this build so far, and we'll take it out for like a little test drive and check out the ride height and all those things. Thanks for watching, and remember, everything matters.